they talk so much about us being on their phone, or us being on our phones, but then you'll see them on WhatsApp. Yep.
Literally, and if you say something to them about scrolling too much, they'll be like, "Chup kar, don't tell me." All linked to constant like bowel movements. Like, why are Indians obsessed with bowel movements? Hey everyone, I'm Khushee.
I'm Renesh.
And this is the Don't Talk Back podcast, where we talk about everything about Indians in Australia, youth speak. So, yeah, welcome.
WhatsApp.
No, I don't like it.
I don't either. But the whole community seems to like it. The whole Indian community seems to like it. All our mums, our dads, grandparents.
I feel like WhatsApp was made by Indians. Like, as popular as it is now, I think Indians have a big hand in that. Because the amount of, like, health videos you get, like, put this, like, make a mixture of this kind of stuff is really good for you. Put this in your hair, put this on your face. It's all, like, Indian-based.
Do you get the forwards?
I do.
I don't.
I get, like, spams of those.
Really?
Yeah, my dad's, like, really big on WhatsApp. Like, you know, he's one of the dads who watches the videos on full volume. So we have to we have to pause the TV when he watches his videos, but like he shuts it down after.
So I got a message from my dad yesterday afternoon. It was a WhatsApp forward onto our family group chat.
The WhatsApp forwards.
Yes, the WhatsApp forwards. It was about a soccer player who scored 5 goals in 9 minutes in a game.
Wow.
Yeah, and the thing is, right, like I'm a huge soccer fan, like a nerd for it, right? Like huge. And it's something that it happened, I think, maybe like 6 or 7 years ago. And everyone who's a soccer fan knows about it.
Right.
And my dad decides in 2024
to forward it now.
And I'm like, I get it. Like, I understand it's a huge thing. Oh wow. But it happened so long ago, and like I know about it. Like it's an obvious thing, and then they came with this huge like paragraph, like, oh, look at this fantastic player scores 5 goals in 9 minutes. Look at how he did it. And I'm just like, yay, like great, but I've already seen it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, the WhatsApp forwards are unhinged. Like even my dad, he made a separate group, and it's called Health is Wealth, where it's got family members from his side and my mom's side.
Right.
And he just like, everyone just sends like random health tips. You know, the ones where you have to make a concoction of stuff, either to drink, eat, put in your hair, put on your face. So, and they're all linked to constant like bowel movements. Like, why are Indians obsessed with bowel movements?
In Indians, I think they think they know it all.
Yeah.
Because of what they see on WhatsApp. It's kind of like how like people our age look at reels and they're like, what do we see on reels is true. People like our parents who, you know what I mean? Like
WhatsApp is the reels for them. Like equivalent of reels for them.
I was in India once, and like I was sitting with my auntie, and she's never left the country. Like she never left India until very recently. So this is maybe when I was like 14, 15. And I think my phone was on charge, and I was just like on my phone. And then she's like, you know, I saw a video saying that you shouldn't use your phone while it's on charge because it's gonna explode.
Literally, my mom said the same thing. She was like, don't put your phone under your pillow, otherwise
radiation.
It's gonna explode. Yeah. You're gonna go deaf. She even like, I used to go to school, like my school uniform it was, you know, like the button down blouse.
Yeah.
How it has like a pocket like up here. I used to put my phone there just because it's easier to access and everything. And she used to get pissed at that. She was like, don't put it there. Like the radiation from the phone is gonna like don't
Kill
put it
you?
so close. Yeah, don't put it so close to your heart. And I was like, are you serious? Like, I don't know how much truth there is to it.
I don't think there's any truth to it. Oh well, they'll watch these videos and they'll be like, oh, I need to start telling my family because it's like it's a huge, major, developed like scientific breakthrough. But it's just really not. It's just probably some like some bored uncle who made it and then decided to just forward it to his group chat, and then it always just makes their way to our parents' WhatsApp for some reason. And I don't like that because they watch something and it's just, they believe it. It's like, yep, now it's time to implement this into our lives and then bring it to us as well for no reason at all.
And there's like these random like edits people do. Like there's so many videos of just a man or a woman just talking at the camera and saying some really deep stuff.
Yeah.
This is what happens after marriage. This is what happens when your parents die. And I always watch my parents watching them. I'm just like, why are you guys so depressed?
They talk so much about us being on their phone, or us being on our phones, but then you'll see them on WhatsApp.
Literally. And if you say something to them about scrolling too much, they'll be like, "Chup kar, don't tell me."
And do your parents use Reels?
My mom does now, because my mom got Instagram a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
So she does now, and she sends me like the sweetest stuff. That like she sends me like what a mother is for her daughter, what a second born is for her daughter, and then she sends me some really funny. It's sweet though. Like I'd rather her send those things to me than not. You know.
I don't get those things, and I'm glad I don't. If my mom sends me something on Instagram, I will
ignore it.
No, I won't ignore it, but I'll just be like, why? I'll be confused because.
What do you mean? She's trying to communicate with you.
Yeah, but she has a mouth to do that, you know? You know what I mean? Like,
there are some things you just cannot say through your mouth. Some things are just too shy to say. Like the stuff my mom sends me, she would never say that to me. My mom and I are like not too big on like, not feelings, but like we're not too big on like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
lovey-dovey. So like we use Reels to send that to each other.
Yeah, I don't get those. My mom has Instagram. She has Reels. Well, she uses Reels. And yeah, I don't get those, and I'm glad I don't. I'm very, very glad I don't.
Does your dad have Instagram?
No, my dad doesn't use social media as much. He doesn't have Instagram. He has Facebook, but I don't think he goes onto it. He uses WhatsApp a lot. But yeah, my mom's more the social media person. She has Instagram. I think she has Twitter. I don't know, but she follows like news stuff on Instagram, like Indian TV and stuff like that. But yeah, my dad doesn't have Instagram, and I sent him my first reel the other day. Like I sent him a reel because it was too funny like to not send him, and yeah, he liked it. So yeah, that was good.
Yeah, no, the
WhatsApp is deadly.
It is deadly.
Is so
you know,
deadly.
like people, they just send the most random things on it, and they. Like my dad, at the end of the day, he'll send us like 2 or 3 videos, and he'll be like, "Did you watch the videos I sent you?" Like he will have a joke in reference to that video, and I just feel bad because none of us have watched it. And he'll be like, "You guys don't even watch the stuff I send you." I'm like, "Papa, like if you send good stuff, I will watch it. I'm not watching this like random uncle like sitting in a chair and giving like a whole speech. Like I'm not interested. And if it's about death, I'm definitely not watching it."
Yeah, my mom. I usually don't have an issue with WhatsApp. Well, I didn't until my mom decided to make it personal, and she has this thing where she needs to know all my friends' parents.
Right.
Like she needs. I don't know why. I don't know what I don't know where it comes from, but she's always she you know when I was in high school, she'd always pester me. What's your like friends' names? Where are their parents? Like give me like all the Indian ones. Like give me their parents' numbers and stuff like that. I'm like, why? Like, and she's like, oh, just good to know.
Yeah, just good to know. My mom says the same thing. I should have it. It should be something I should know.
No, but the thing is, she doesn't use it to try and like snitch on me or like try to like get answers. But she would use it to actually like be friends with them. Like my mom and my brother's friends' parents. They have this big group chat, and they're all like very good friends. Now their husbands are friends, and they've been friends for like a while. My older brother, but she tried to do that with me, and I stopped it before it could start. I'm like, no, this is not happening. Thank you. You know some of my friends' parents, but that's as far as it's gonna get.
But wouldn't you want your parents to be friends with your friends' parents? That would be a dream come true for me.
Why? It's just no, because now they have a group chat and they invite each other over, and it's just like I'd rather just because I don't think my friends wanted it either because they didn't want that like. It's just I don't know. It's just
maybe
like one of those
I don't know if
things.
this is a girl thing, but I quite enjoy it. Like all like my best friends, they're both like they're not Indian. I like one of my friends, she's Pakistani, and like my parents know their parents. But like even they're not like best friends or anything. They don't talk like regularly. They just know of each other. And like if they're friends, how nice would it be if they got invited home? My friend would get invited home. Free pass for me to spend time with my friend.
No, I disagree with that. I think, well, in high school, like nowadays, I look at it, I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm out of high school. who cares? Like, it is what it is. But back then in high school, I think this is more like my own like vendetta against it. I would tell my parents, like, no, sorry, I wouldn't tell my parents about like when exam scores would come out and when exams would be. So then they wouldn't like, push me to like, study or tell them the marks and stuff like that. So I was scared that if I gave my parents my friend's friend's like parents' number, that they would like be like, oh, how did Renesh go for this test?
Right.
Is Renesh preparing for this test coming up, for the maths test? And I wasn't preparing at all. But that actually happened a few times because one of my family friends, my parents are very close with them, and he came to my school. And I think when they would come over, I think once they were like, the mom was like, oh, to my mom, oh, how's Renesh preparing for the maths test coming up? My mom's like, what maths test? And, she's like, oh, the one that's coming up like in a few days or next week or whatever after the school holidays. And we were in the same grade, obviously. And my mom's like, oh, Renesh didn't tell me about that.
That same
and then
thing
they left. And then my mom's like, all right, so this maths test coming up. Why haven't you told me about it? And then I was just screwed through the year. So
wow.
Ever since then, I've just been so turned off to the idea of it.
Scarred.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but WhatsApp is, I don't know. It's something about it just gives me very Indian vibes. Not that I don't like.
Not that it's a bad thing, but like we've owned that app. Like Indians have made WhatsApp their thing.
Yeah,
I feel.
for sure.
It's it can be your best friend or it can be your enemy.
You remember Viber?
What's Viber?
That used to be like WhatsApp, but they would use WhatsApp and Viber simultaneously.
Your parents?
No, like it was like a big thing. I swear everyone had it.
Viber? No,
I never had it, but like it was when I was like maybe 10 or something, when everyone used to like have Viber.
No, not Viber.
Oh, maybe it was just.
There was this thing. This not like my parents didn't use it. My parents just used like normal messages. But there was this app called Kik, K-I-K.
Oh yeah, Kik, right?
Yeah, and like all of my friends after school would be like, "Just send me a Kik, kick me," and I'm just like, "What?"
I never used that.
Me just having like a 3G, like a Vodafone flip phone, not knowing what to do. It's like, what is a Kik? Like, do you want me to actually kick you? And they would fully be like, haha, you're so funny. I'm just like, I still don't know what you mean.
I never used that. I knew about it, but I don't know what it was about.
Yeah, me neither. I never made an account.
Yeah. But I'm surprised you don't know about Viber. That was a pretty
How do you spell it?
Viber, I think.
No, I've never heard of it.
It's like a purple icon.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it wasn't for everyone. I never had it, but my parents would use it. But can you imagine if one day Meta was just like, we're pulling WhatsApp from India? I think that would cause a national like
breakdown.
Meltdown.
Yeah.
Everyone. I think because I don't think I know one Indian that doesn't use WhatsApp or doesn't have a WhatsApp account. Whether they live
but
here.
I mean, like we would be like worried for a day or two, but then we'd find new memes.
There'd be some some other Indian would create something else,
like a rip off.
Yeah.
like how TikTok got banned in India, and they created something else called a Moj app, like MOJ app. And it's exact copy of like the algorithm of TikTok and everything, just a different name and company. They're probably gonna make up something else for WhatsApp, like I don't know, like what's up. I don't know. Yeah,
I have full confidence in Indians that the moment something gets pulled from them, they'll just make a new one. So they'll worry. Actually, no. The thing is, like you said, it will cause a national meltdown for like a day or two, and then after that, it'll just. Would things go back to normal with this new app?
But I mean, what's normal? What is normal? Like
WhatsApp is normal.
WhatsApp is normal, but there's always been like different versions of this around, like in the years. Like WhatsApp in the 1980s or 70s was like the group of aunties that just sits together and they talk about
the kiddie group.
Yeah, the kiddie group was the original like OG WhatsApp groups. Also like the kiddie groups it was so fun. Have you ever been to kiddie parties?
My mom hosted one once at home.
Yeah.
And I was thoroughly confused and I was thoroughly Like, I was just like, I felt really awkward.
Do you know what I was confused about? Is that at kiddie parties, why were the kids always sent with the mums? Why were the dads just, off by themselves having like a boys' night?
You guys had that?
Yeah, like at kiddie parties, the dads would we would have one like family hosting the women and the kids, and then one house hosting just the men by themselves, and they could they wouldn't have to worry about the kids, but the women had to worry about the kids. Like they would have to make proper food for the kids, care for the kids. Why? Like, why can't you send the kids with the dads sometimes?
We just had the moms coming over. We didn't have any kids or any dads events. Like, we just had the moms coming over. And
that's why you didn't have fun at kiddie parties.
Well, I mean, yeah, if there's people my age there and
then you're
friends
gonna have
there,
fun, yeah.
But we wouldn't participate in any of the kiddie stuff. Like we would, if my friends are there, we wouldn't do that. Kiddie.
Yeah, no. If you're friends, if you're friends with it, you would just go to a separate room and do your own stuff.
My mom made me she called me when the kiddie party was going on. She called me downstairs, and she's like, "Can you please help us with bingo?" Yes, and you have to be the announcer, and you have to say it like 1, 8, 18. And I think I think I had to repeat the same number about 50 times before they got it. Like, oh, what number was it? And they have some really random, I don't know if you guys had this, but you know how 6 and 9 are just flipped versions of each other? 6 and what? 9. Oh, 6 and 9, yeah. They're flipped versions of each other. Yeah. You would have to say ulta pulta 6. Like ulta, ulta 6. They would, you have to come up with some rhyme to give the number. I'm just I'm not that creative. I can just say 6. But I just, that just looks really boring. I don't know if this is a guy thing or if that's a girl thing or I don't know, whatever in between. But it just seems that's how do you have fun doing that? To be fair. It has its own fun though. That's it for today. It was a nice talk. Come back here next week for more. So keep watching Don't Talk Back podcast with Khushee and Renesh.